Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Landed 9 out of 21 and Chilemba only confidence and get his sea legs.
Effective Bivol.
In Legends where there are outstanding spots, but it is forbidding. Bivol steps in to look for an early...
In his last several fights against Elite, and Bivol maybe is still a little green. To outthink his opponent, and that hook hurt Chilemba.
Doubled already as round 2 begins. Down to train the fighter. Like that, I go back into a corner by Bivol. Left hook.
Seems to me to be the better defensive fighter.
And I don't...
Much shortest distance between two. Hit him from here on like that.
Another left hook.
He make a beautiful fight, not just a dominant
Combination that puts all these power landed.
Bivol's hard right hand deflected by Bivol's hand.
Historically, through the years, man.
He's varying the speed and the power of those shots.
Right hand lands upstairs. Left hook lands upstairs.
All right, gentlemen, touch gloves. Good luck.
Coming in as the opponent, he is in the elite fighters in the sport. In talent, if not in resume.
At the weight advantage coming in for Chilemba. How can he use them?
He's in with a guy who is devastating in exchange.
In the first round, he appears to be softening.
I think Chilemba's whole fight is about distance, and
so early on, Chilemba has had a chance.
But in his last several fights against the elite fighter, I don't think it's good. I don't think his size, other than maybe to absorb some of these power.
To the left hook and a right cross upstairs.
Bivol turned it into an exchange.
Kovalev, or excuse decision to Elater Alvarez, the man who for Kovalev, if ultimately they meet all the time in the ring.
It's the people recall gave
exactly, and you just saw the hard left hook for Bivol in that last exchange. He's vibrant, he's energetic, he's fast.
Also highly skilled. Often
the question of whether he's eager to fight Kovalev
that is so rare. Of athletic,
I am culturally Russian. I am raised Russian.
To become the most skillful fighters.
Opponent who isn't a Russian.
But his left hook is really getting in there. A couple times you got him real good.
What that does with that hook. Look at the deception in it. Is the unorthodox, tricky guy, Jim, right? Who can destroy your time. And here, the right hand over the top, he disguises it. The varied offense works quickly. And that's trouble for a boxer like Chilemba.
Bivol steps in to look for an early stop.
Who needs to outthink his opponent, and that hook hurt Chilemba.
Backed into a corner by Bivol. Left hook. Doubled already as round 2 begins.
Bivol's
hard right hand upstairs.
Kind of in between the numbers. He's also been the craftier guy. Feels surrounded at times. Bivol punches Chilemba in the face. That's what's been going.
He gets the work that he needs.
The jab hits there. Timing, rhythm.
Other hard left.
Chilemba's bounces. Bivol comes in and in between Chilemba's bounces. What we're talking about here. Oh yeah. And it'll be better than the first one, I think. And the first one was great.
Entirely different emotional context. Just by Bivol, I'm calling him. Fence, but it is forbidding.
You need Bivol dictating the action.
Hard left hook.
Balance is really good. And he
took to the body by Bivol.
He's varying the speed and the power of those shots.
Right hand lands upstairs. Left hook lands upstairs. Bivol opponent.
That the hook wants to be in a beautiful fight. Every actual punch, flush punch they land.
Another left hook for Bivol.
Can he make a beautiful fight? Not just a dominant. Mostly deflected by Bivol's hands. Arms like that.
Offensive fighter, but also competent defender. He lands in
Miller Kovalev. And boy, came tough against Alvarez. And that's a tough opponent.
Not yet to the point of 10.
Jim, I don't mean by complex
round. That's 21 consecutive rounds. Second one, a loss in which he was leading on scorecards, prompted referee Tony Weeks to stop the fight. So let's check back in with Harold for his boxing fans tend to think a great knockout.
Told us, Jim, yesterday, fights.
Chilemba just landed a punt. Historically, through the years, Mac.
Rhythm and opening up a little more.
knockout punchers whose major weapon was really the left hook.
Much bigger light heavyweights than Bivol. I agree with Harold.
Have now landed in single digits.
Doesn't want to take chances because of the power sometimes in the past, and Chilemba has no answer so far.
By my count, no from Chilemba with his right glove, showing a lot of variety.
Fight. He's having some success with it.
Like that, I don't see a good reason around to train the fighter. Andrew will do that in this round, working up and down.
Pretty soon, but
there's a right hand.
And that's what Roy was trying his best to do. But Bivol's very dangerous. And if
Chilemba's left hand below
punch or his distance between two,
there's another right hand.
Step up the intensity.
After dark superfly triple header.
And the 7th round. This is half of the fight.
Has landed 53%.
That seems to me to be the better defensive fighter.
And I don't.
If you throw your hands.
Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard. There's a right hand in the corner, and sometimes
you won't be here in the end, or you'll get the victory. Is that if you fight him from here on like that, you knocked out, but you might
find to be perfect. There's a right hand over the top by Bivol. Nothing else. Bivol
and the miss. I don't know how much of
you're not going to fight him because 77 through 7, primarily in LA and Legends, where there are outstanding sparring.
The goal here is he's getting in between Chilemba's left hook and timing are exquisite.
Well, on how to stay in here and compete
depends on, we have to wait and see what happens. Bivol being better at all the things Chilemba,
torrid knockout streak,
weathered at least the first storm from Bivol.
Combination that puts all these power landed shots
advantage in going into the fight.
This before in the sense that Chilemba interrupted and dominated the fight. That's what's keeping him afloat.
Who didn't cave, get the stoppage win. Then he
process here tonight for young Bivol
against Sullivan Barrera.
The reason we're not tired is here.
Fight is that the opponent is getting tired.
Get Bivol and see what he's watching the tape.
Round for the last 5 fights. Percentage.
All over dictating everything that's happening in there. 7-0, Dmitry Bivol.
Kind of work he puts in. Confidence in getting sea legs.
I think
7 for Bivol. Won by round shutout for Bivol. Bivol was landed 9 out of 21 and Chilemba only 4.
Offense after making.
Bivol lands a quick left hook and lands a hard right hand.
Given Chilemba's weight
last combination by Bivol. And there's Chilemba. To trade, puts Bivol getting the better of it.
And now we're going that fight.
Here on Fight to the end of round 10. Was being put in place and Kovalev dressing really rebuilt. Very attractive hotel and the scene of tonight's. Going all the way back.
Wants to be the best fighter. Really promoted fights in school time. By his own admission, wants to be an elite fighter.
Here on the boardwalk.
Kathy Duba's
fortunate demise due to cancer, as she represents it.
Well, but Vozick did it. Right.
A rare accomplishment. Promoter, both Kovalev.
He's a champion in combinations. 1-2, 1-2.
Give it all, but take too many risks. Asian he's shown. To go ahead.
I think Chilemba's quality of
bluntly tough for 11 rounds here tonight of limiting
over the first 3 rounds, and Bivol maybe is still a little green. The most impressive, he's a very good fighter.
And in life,
the rhythm and distance and timing.
WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
Interesting look on Bivol's face.